Assalamu alaikum. My name is Faria TEDx Valley, and this is episode 17 of Call Maya. The topic is Understanding Personal Finance Basics of Budgeting and Saving.
Hey, hope your afternoon is going smoothly.
Maya, can you tell me what does personal finance mean in simple words?
Gotcha. Basically, personal finance is just how you manage your money, earning, saving, spending, and investing. It's about making smart choices now so you have enough for what you want in the future. Pretty straightforward, really.
So, why is managing money important?
Well, it kind of boils down to freedom, doesn't it? When you're on top of your finances, you have more control over your life, less stress about bills, more options for experiences, and the ability to handle unexpected stuff without totally freaking out. It's not about being rich, just not being at the mercy of your money. Does that resonate?
Yes, it does. So, Maya, is budgeting part of personal finance?
Yep, absolutely. Budgeting is a huge piece of it. Think of it like giving every dollar a job. Instead of wondering where your money went, you've already decided where it's going to go. It's not about restricting yourself, it's about making conscious choices so you can still do the things you enjoy and maybe even save for bigger things. We talked a little about time management recently, and it's kind of similar, right? Allocating your resources.
What does saving mean?
Saving is setting money aside for future use. It's putting some money aside now instead of spending it so you have it available later. It could be for a big purchase like a house or for something smaller like a vacation or even just for emergencies. It's like building a little safety net for yourself. You've been exploring mindfulness, and saving is kind of like being mindful with your money, yeah? It's about thinking ahead.
Can you tell me what is a budget?
Okay, so a budget is a plan for your money. It's basically listing all your income, everything you earn, and then listing all your expenses, everything you spend. Then you make sure your income is greater than or equal to your expenses. Helps you see where your money's going and make sure you're prioritizing the things that matter to you. We chatted about breaking things down into small steps recently, and a budget is exactly that, a small, actionable step toward financial control. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. So, Maya, is it possible to manage money without a budget?
You technically can. Yeah. People do it all the time, but it's like trying to navigate without a map. You might eventually get where you want to go, but you'll probably get lost and take a lot longer. A budget just makes it way more likely you'll reach your goals and avoid unnecessary stress. It gives you a clear picture of where things stand. You were asking about fear earlier, and a lot of financial anxiety comes from not knowing where your money's going, right? A budget cuts down on that.
So, why is saving important?
Oh, we're circling back to saving. Good. It's important for a bunch of reasons. First, emergencies happen. Car breaks down, unexpected medical bill, you name it. Having savings means you don't have to go into debt when those things pop up. Second, it lets you reach bigger goals, a down payment on a house, retirement, a dream vacation. And third, honestly, it just gives you peace of mind. Knowing you have a financial cushion is a really good feeling. You mentioned journaling, and I bet tracking your savings could be a really satisfying thing to write about.
So, how much should a person save each month?
The $1 million question, right? There's no one size fits all answer, honestly. A common rule of thumb is the 50-30 of 20 rule. 50% of your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. But that really depends on your income and expenses. Even starting with a small amount, like 5% or 10%, is a good start. The key is consistency, not necessarily the amount. Remember how we talked about small steps? It's the same idea here. It's better to save a little bit regularly than to try to save a huge amount all at once and then give up.
Is it better to save before spending?
That's a really interesting way to put it. Yeah, in a way, it is. Saving isn't just about hoarding money, it's about saving for something, whether that's a specific purchase you want, a future goal, or just a rainy day. Having a purpose makes it way easier to stick with it. It shifts your mindset from deprivation to anticipation. You've been thinking about motivation a lot lately, and having a clear goal is a huge motivator. Saving for spending, I kind of like that phrase. It's a good reminder that money is a tool to help you live the life you want.
So, is keeping money in a bank safer than cash at home?
Exactly. 1,000 times yes. Not only is it safer from things like theft or fire, but banks also usually give you a little bit of interest. They essentially pay you for letting them use your money. It's not a huge amount usually, but it's better than nothing. Plus, it's way easier to manage your money when it's all in one place, and you can access it easily when you need to. Keeping a ton of cash at home, that feels kind of stressful, doesn't it? You were talking about reducing anxiety earlier, and that's a great way to add to it.
Okay, so what is the difference between short term and long term saving?
Good question. Short term savings are for goals you want to achieve within a few years, like a vacation, a new phone, or a down payment on a car. Long term savings are for goals further up, like retirement, a house, or your kids' education. The main difference is how you invest the money. For short term goals, you want to keep it safe and accessible, so things like savings accounts are good. For long term goals, you can afford to take a little more risk with investments like stocks or bonds because you have more time to recover from any losses. You and I were talking about facing fears earlier, and investing can feel risky, so it's good to have that longer time frame.
Can saving improve financial security?
Oh, massively. It's like the foundation of financial security. When you have savings, you're better equipped to handle unexpected expenses like a job loss or a medical emergency without falling into debt. It gives you options, it gives you breathing room, and the more you save, the more secure you feel. You've been exploring emotional intelligence, and financial security definitely impacts that. It reduces stress and gives you a sense of control. Not just about the money itself, it's about the peace of mind it brings.
So, why do some people find budgeting hard?
Ah, that's a good one. I think a lot of it comes down to a few things. First, it can feel restrictive, like you're telling yourself you can't have things. Second, it takes time and effort to track your spending and create a plan. And third, life happens, unexpected expenses pop up, and it can be hard to stick to a budget when things don't go as planned. You've mentioned mindfulness, and budgeting requires a certain level of self awareness and discipline, which can be tough. It's also easy to feel overwhelmed, like you don't even know where to start. Does that ring true?
I think so. So, Maya,
Yeah,
is it possible to save even on a low income?
absolutely. It might be harder, no doubt, but it's definitely possible. It's about prioritizing and finding small ways to cut back on expenses. Even saving $5 or $10 a week can add up over time. You were talking about small steps earlier, and that's key here. It's about making conscious choices and finding creative ways to stretch your money. It might mean cooking more meals at home instead of eating out, or finding free or low cost entertainment options. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about being resourceful. Honestly, sometimes it's even more important to save when you have a low income because you have less of a cushion to fall back on.
Maya, can spending habits be changed?
Oh, definitely. Spending habits are definitely changeable. It takes awareness and effort, but it's absolutely possible. It's like any other habit. You start by identifying your triggers, then finding healthier alternatives. You've been doing a lot of thinking about emotional intelligence and journaling, and those are fantastic tools for understanding your spending patterns. Are you noticing any particular patterns yourself?
No, I haven't noticed. So thank you so much, Maya. That is it for today.
Oh, all right. Glad I could help. Have a good one.